this is what we bought into, and Don't have to do anything. Your mere existence. That's I guess it's best I could do.
Oh, hey.
Bonjour.
Restroom, maybe Russell did.
Got three people on Zoom. Let's see. Let's see.
Thank you.
Great. I had it open. 11:02. All right. That's pulled up. It should be pulled up now. Here, I'll try it again. Skit. Okay, here we go.
No. Anybody got work? Come here, guys. Come here.
Yeah, shut up.
Being showed up.
Hey, what are y'all wanting pops? There's a whole box. Oh, gotcha. Oh, very well. I got you. This is what we have left.
Where's our $5?
Dang, sir. I think everybody should be able to see that. See if anybody's joined. Got 4. Got Susan, Angela, and Rebecca. Bonjour. You're 3. Maryland's 2. I'll be 1.
I stole your pen, please.
That's all right. I got a pencil.
Write it down.
Oh. All right, just letting y'all know we have a lot to cover tonight, as you can see. So
Y'all are overly optimistic.
yep. So what we wanted to go over and what we wanted to do tonight, since what we've been kind of got to tell some of the folks earlier that we've been kind of bulking vocabulary, going over a topic Tuesday and then reinforcing on Thursday and going back over on usage. So since this is the day before the last class, we kind of wanted to work on hitting simple sentences. So we'll be trying to go over tenses, questions, negative statements, and commands. So basically anything to do with has a small, simple sentence. We're going to go ahead and kick it off like we usually do with the skit and get to speaking though. So let's see, person 2, it's going to be Marilyn. And person 3 will be Josie, and I'll be person 1 with the one-liner, and then we'll kind of go around until everybody's got a turn to go through the skit. Go ahead.
Magnesia to Mbish no ili mnakwenda
Ninjas, Wagnesia waja Zuchke and Gong.
Nui o Guaramochke. Gui wije ne.
Jiayak. Eh, eh, All right,
Oh, that's the tone, Mama Mina.
Let's go veganism. All right, that was the first three. Broke the ice. Who wants to be the next team? Go through. Okay, Izzy's calling it. How about Izzy start us off with person two, and then so we still I can all right. So we got uh let's see we got Bill will be person three, and then person one just kind of has a one liner. Who wants to jump in on that one liner? All right, Chili's got it. Heck yeah. All right, Izzy, whenever you're ready. Manakwene.
Next way, Nay,
And
Again, Ignition, Echoya.
this. Wish Kababo, Venus, in the day. Toman.
This in the right one?
And Beach Nuil, Manakwadan.
Speaker?
Yeah, we'll speak a little louder.
Are they on? Are the speakers plugged in?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want y'all to speak a little louder. Say-
They're plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh. What are they plugged into? That white one?
The extension cord and then
Oh. Do you see a light on there?
Nuil,
Yeah.
Guadamoche, we
Need a med dog wouldn't don. Nish, Jehu, Jayak,
hands with them.
old Donic.
Aha, Menes Dendon. Bamamina.
Wow, Mama Mina.
Let's go veganism. So on those what's going on here? Please share this. Here I'm just gonna share it again. Yeah, somebody I think somebody's got the audio unmuted.
See, that don't go in there. Yeah.
Hey, let's see. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'll be number 2.
Oh, dang, something's going on with the Zoom. Oh, okay, try this again. Share sound.
Again.
All right, so Sheila's got person 2. So we need person 3 and person 1.
I can be person 3. This is Angela.
Go ahead, Angela. So we just need person 1. Who wants to do a one-liner?
I can do person one.
All right, go ahead, Bill. Whenever y'all are ready.
We, Menekwene,
Ehe, wigne, je, et huyen.
Vish, Wish Kababo, Menete, and Dokomen.
Umbish nui menekwadan.
Dean Dije, Nijewa,
Nui o wedem oje. Wijiao ne.
And Meda, Winden, Nesti, Ui, Jayak, Che, Odina,
Hold on, okay.
Ahau, neneston, bamamina.
Aha, Bomarina.
So on that last part, which I kind of do it now every now and then too, is like as far as reading, as far as that marker. But whenever you see like a double letter, like 2 N's, you only have to say it one time. Like so, just nest the tongue.
That's
Nest
me
the
that
tongue.
always does that.
Yeah, well, no, I do it too. It's kind of hard, whatever, but it's just kind of to show the tense marker on it, who's talking. and we'll be going over that tonight as well. So, who hasn't gone?
Need to go, Rebecca.
All right, so Lakota and Rebecca, who do y'all want to be? All right, how about you be person 2, and then Rebecca be person 3, and then anybody want to do person 1 with the one-liner?
This is Ryan. I can be person one.
Okay, all right, whenever y'all are ready. Yeah. Showing support, yeah.
Zoe, Hannah, Claudette,
Vagnija Etoyan.
Vish Kababo, Mina, T, Inda Toman,
And Bishnui Mnekwadan.
Nin Gaze, Wagna Jiwa, Jech Kayan Nagong,
Nui o Guademoji.
Guatemochke.
Guademochke. Gui Wajone.
Jalne.
Wajone.
Inda, McDowin, Darren, Meshrev, Ilwi, Giayak, Pitcha, oh man,
O'Donick.
O'Donick. I was hearing how she was. in my head.
Ahau Nesteton Bamamina.
Aha, Amamina.
Hey, Miguel Rodriguez. All right, that was strong. It's gonna be tough to follow. Who wants to go next? Has everybody gone? Yeah, where, oh, yeah, Kathy, you want? I'll do it with you.
You ain't feeling bad.
Cho Konage. Cho. Okay. See, yeah, I was gonna make you do all 3 parts, Kathy. You're gonna do the whole thing. I'm just joking. That's not. Yeah, has everybody gone? Everybody's gone in person. What about Zoom? So we got 8. Got 8
This
on.
is Julie. I can do one.
Okay, cool. Good question, Julie. Yeah, we got some more people to join. Awesome. So we got Leon, are you gonna do one? Joe. Anybody wanna help out Julie? All right. Shelly and Bill's gonna help out Julie, so, let's see, what part, Julie, do you wanna do, person 2, and then, who wants to do, person, you did person 1 last time. Yeah, so Bill's got person 1, you got person, 3, yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Guimana Quene, Vish, Vish Kababo, Minati, Nida Toman.
Vish, Nawi, Manek, Wadon, Nawi, O, Wed, Moji, Wed Mochke. We Janae.
Nadal Madag Wendan, Neshja Awi, Jayak, Gichi Odanak.
How, Junes de Tom, Ramamina.
Ahau, Bamamina.
Good dog, yes. So is it everybody from Zoom gone? Y'all made it through a rotation before we get started with the next part of the class?
Yes.
Okay, miigwech. So next part we're gonna move on to is kind of the pronouns. Since throughout this class, however, when we've been doing the skits, everybody's kind of been asking, well, what does what does the N or the G mean, or whatever? And we're only going to be focusing on it, like for tonight, as far as like simple sentences, just the independent form. So we're not going to be doing a conjunct. So if you see conjunct, don't worry about that. Let's see. Stop sharing. Okay. Make sure the audio is. So share screen.
Potawatomi language lesson goat. This
Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Looks like the Zoom people got cut out for some reason. I don't know why. Something's going on with our connection. Let's see. I don't want them to miss it, so I'm just gonna do it again. Let's see, share sound. All right. Hopefully they stay with us.
Potawatomi language lesson goat. This one is about basic sentence structure. This is a part 1. There's a second one. In our language, pronouns are attached to the verb. So who's doing the action is actually on the verb. So when you say like, I leave or you leave, it's actually one word, namaji, I leave, or gamaji, you leave. It's attached to it. So to say I, we either use neen or I to indicate the speaker. For example, namaji, I leave. Sometimes people, if they really want to make a real emphasis that they're the ones doing something, they might say neen
Not for this.
namaji. As for me, neen namaji, I'm leaving. Or ninma, it belongs to me. Gin is you. Gin, or the G, is used for the second person. For example, gamaji, you leave, gamaji. So gin, or the G, is you. Ween indicates he or she. We either use no marking or a W to indicate the third person. For example, Wamaji o John, John leaves, or just Maji o John. Or Wamaji, he or she leaves. Maji, he or she leaves. And in some communities, some older speakers will also put a walk on there. So they might say Maji walk, he or she leaves. Maji walk. Ninan is the we but not you. This is where we're saying we're excluding somebody from the conversation. So it's like saying, we're going to the store, but you're not coming with us. So ninan, or the in the min, is used for we but not you. For example, namajiman, we're leaving. So if I was to say that to you, namajiman, you would know that you weren't coming with us. If I said gamajiman, would be we're all leaving. So you would be included. And that next one, that ginan, is the we are all doing something. Ginan, or the G in the min, is used to indicate we all. So for example, gamajiman, we are all leaving. Gamajiman. And you should be able to take these, and once you understand them, and put other AI verbs, animate and transitive verbs, into this pattern. So you really need to work on memorizing this pattern. Then the ginwa is you all. You all is ginwa. The G and the M also indicates you all. So the G on the front of gamajim and the M at the end indicates you all. So gamaji was you. Gamajim is you all. Weenwa is they or theirs. Weenwa, and the K is used to indicate they. For example, majik, they leave. And occasionally you'll see like maji, you'll see something with like a week on the end too, but it's not as common. So weenwa is they, and the K indicates on the actual verb. So again, you could put any verb and run them through this pattern. And for example, you could use the verb binchige, the verb to clean, and say binchigek, they leave, or they clean, excuse me, binchigek. So just you need to work on this pattern, understanding this pattern. The namaji, I leave, gamaji, you leave, the G being you, maji or wamaji, being he or she. Namajiman, the N and the men being we but not you. Gamajiman, we all. Gamajim, you all. And then the Majik, the K, they. And that's it for this lesson. Il.
This was kind of a short one. Let's see, we'll get to the other one. Screen sharing is stopped. Okay. Let's see. Lesson niche.
Okay, in the second lesson, this part 2 of basic sentence structure, we're going to talk a little bit about the past and the future tense in Potawatomi. In order to indicate the past tense in the basic form, we use gi in the independent form. Gi is attached to the verb directly following the pronoun. For example, nagi maji, I left. In the future, we use we, and again you attach it directly following the pronoun. It's used to indicate also an action which is desired. So we maji, he or she are leaving, or he or she is leaving, or we maji, she wants to leave. And again, when it's he or she, it depends on who you're talking about. It's kind of contextual as to who you're talking about, unless you say add like a kwe for woman or a nene for man. Some verbs to use with our pronouns: bin chige, he or she cleans, bin chige. Nimedi, he or she dances, nimedi. Mikchui, he or she works, mikchui. Giwe, he or she goes home, and bidge, he or she enters. Now we can take these set of verbs here and run them through these patterns that we've been working on. So we could say like, nabin chige, I clean. Nanimedi, I dance. Namikchui, I work. Nagiwe, I go home. Nabidge, I enter, I go in. We can also start using our past tense in the same way. In future, we could say, Nagibin chige, I did clean. Nagi nimedi, I did dance. Nagi mikchui, I did work. Nagi giwe, I did go home. Nagi bidge, I did enter, go inside. So, with bin chige, let's do a little practice actually with one of them. Bin chige, wabuk nui bin chige, I will clean tomorrow. Wabuk nui bin chige. You notice the we indicates the future. The N on the front of that is the I, so nui, I will, bin chige, clean. Wabuk means tomorrow. Gigi bin chige ne, gigi bin chige ne. Did you clean? This is how you ask a simple question. Gigi bin chige ne. The G at the front indicates you, the gi indicates the past. Bin chige is the verb to clean, the ne indicates a question, so gigi bin chige ne. Gi bin chigek, they did clean. Gi bin chigek, they cleaned or they did clean. Gi bin chigek. You know what happened in the past because the gi on there, the K at the end indicates it's they. Here's one with nimadi, he or she dances. Gigi nimadiman, gigi nimadiman. We all danced. Gigi nimadiman. The G in the men indicates it's us all that did it. The gi is the past. Nimedi is the verb to dance. Gigi nimedimne, gigi nimedimne. Did you all dance? Gigi nimedimne. The G and the M indicates you all. The gi is the past and the ne indicates a question. So gigi nimedimne. Did you all dance? Gwi nimedine, gwi nimedine. Are you going to dance? Gwi nimedine. The G is the you, the we is the future, nimedi is the verb to dance, and the ne indicates a question. So literally, you will dance, question. Are you going to dance? Gwi nimedine. Okay, go on to another example, mikchui. Nago ne gigi mikchui. Nago ne gigi mikchui. Did you work yesterday? Nago ne gigi mikchui. Nago is yesterday, ne indicates a question. The first G is you, the second G is the past, gi, or the GI is, and then mikchui, work. So, nago ne gigi mikchui. Did you work yesterday? Nigi mikchui nago. Yeah, I worked yesterday. Nigi mikchui nago. Yes, I worked yesterday. Nigi mikchui nago. Is yes, or konige is another way to say yes. The N is I, the gi is the past. Mikchui is the verb to work, and nago is yesterday. So, Yes, I did work yesterday. Nagi mikchui nago. Wabakne gui mikchui. Wabakne gui mikchui. Are you going to work tomorrow? Wabakne gui mikchui. Are you going to work tomorrow? Wabak, tomorrow. Question, ne. Gui, you will. Or the G being you, the we being the future. Mikchui, work. So literally, tomorrow, question, you will work. So are you going to work tomorrow? Wabakne gui mikchui. Okay, another verb. Giwe. Giwe is the verb to go home. Nago gi giwe. Nago gi giwe. She went home yesterday. This could also be he went home yesterday. He or she went home. Nago gi giwe. And like I said, some speakers might throw a W on the front of that. They might say Nago wagi giwe. Nago wagi giwe. And even a few more might add a walk at the end. They might say Nago gi giwe walk. Nago gi giwe walk. For he or she went home yesterday. Wabak nui giwe. I'm going to go home tomorrow. Wabak nui giwe. So tomorrow, wabak nui, I will, giwe, go home. Gi giwek, they went home. Gi giwek, they went home. Another example with bidge, verb to enter. Nomak nui bidge. Nomak nui bidge. In a little while I'll come in, or I'll come in a little bit. Nomak nui bidge. Nomak nui bidge. Nomak is in a little bit. The in is I. The we is the future. Bidge is the verb to come in. We bidgene. We bidgene is he or she coming inside. We bidgene. Again, it could be he or she. To make it real definitive that it's a woman you're talking about, you could add like an o que on there, you could say, or a que at the front, you could say quene we bidge, or we bidgene o que. But we bidgene is he or she coming inside. Gigi bidgamne. Gigi bidgamne. Did you all go inside? Gigi bidgamne. Okay, and then here's running it through the pattern with maji with the past tense. Nagi maji, I left. Gigi maji, you left. Gi maji, he or she left. Again, you could put a W on there and say wagi maji, and some speakers might also put a walk on there and say gi maji walk. Nagi majiman, we all left, but not you. Gigi majiman, we all left. Gigi majim, you all left, and gi majik, they left. Again, practice this pattern, practice it with the past tense attached to it. Maybe try those other verbs and add them through it, like mikchui, the verb to work, or bidge, the verb to go in, and run them through this pattern. You really need to memorize this pattern to really start recognizing what's being said. Okay, and the next slide has future tense. Again, it's with the we is future, so nui maji, I will leave. Gui maji, you will leave. We maji, he or she will leave. Nui majiman, we but not you will leave. Gui majiman, we all will leave. Gui majim, you all will leave. We majik, they will leave. Again, work yourself through this pattern, this using the we. Throw in a different verb like the verb giwe to go home and say like nui giwe, I will go home. Gui giwe, you will go home. Or use bidge, nui bidge, I will go inside. Gui bidge, you will go inside. And just run yourself through these patterns. Memorize these patterns, these 7. Make sure you know who the pronoun is, who's doing the action, like the in the front, or the in and the men, or the G and the men. And make sure you understand the past and the future for this independent form. Once you get this down, it's really going to help you understand a lot more stuff. So this is pretty important. Make sure you can get this. Okay, eel, that's it.
Right.
If I sent to them, that we don't
The talking about the pronouns one. Yeah. I'll talk to Justin about getting those handouts or wherever he was having trouble finding those, wherever, and that's why. But a lot of the stuff like the tense markers has that in it already. So and you might see that through a lot of these handouts. You might see some material that you saw like that was grouped together with another lesson. But that's the way this is organized. It's into kind of like 4 categories. So if it is the same thing over, it's just another chance to drill over the kind of review. Let's see, past tense, commands. dang, I forgot what it's called. Oh, here it is. Okay, get this open for the Zoom folks. So it kind of was giving y'all some of the answers on that. And if you already know it, that's cool. If you're new to it, that's all right. We're just kind of going to go through it. Let's see, where did my Zoom go? Share screen. Okay, here it is. Can all the Zoom folks see? Can all the Zoom folks see what's on the screen right now?
Kind of small.
Uh, let's see. I think I'll hold on. Control. Oh, that didn't work. Do home. Trying to zoom into it. View,
I
maybe?
printed it off, so I'm okay, but depends on what platform people are on.
Gotcha. It usually has the zoom option on the bottom right. I'm not seeing it. Home. File. Layout, maybe. View. It should be view, maybe. Is there any way to zoom? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but that one's pretty. Yeah.
Yikes. Everybody else did the office attachment open. Should have got it before you. You can just kind of answer in the chat. Here, I'll check it. Yeah. View. It's really kind of big. Back to 100%.
I don't know where it's investing for.
We're not going over.
It's on here. Number 11.
So like second part where half one. So as far as the depth account, which one is that similar to?
Okay.
Both had a W.
So it's they, or do I write future?
Yeah, that's just for the one.
No,
So
so future.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. You already know that. I'll give you that. Yeah. Remember, past the G, these were the W.
So what is like.
Yeah.
They call you? Yep. You're ready. But I put it on first, and then I sat there in the chair and thought,
Yeah.
oh, I need to get up there and go get it. About 22 minutes. Next thing I know, we were there and, I was here.
Looking at it all, yeah. So, don't have to go over every single aspect of it, it's kind of, as far as like the rules with G and the W. G and the, which one is which. G. They'll alternate.
This is trying to be a virtue.
Okay, some complicated questions.
I was hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be hungry. That's the wrong one. Looking for simple questions. Be with the beginner simple.
They will want to do, we might be, they will want to learn.
Oh, dang, Julie putting the answers up there for everybody on chat. She typed it in the chat.
It doesn't mean they're all right.
There's fairly well, fairly well.
All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and make sure I got this on. New share. Questions? Related to, that's why. Question.
Finish with these ones in.
Question future, but we kind of already went over that with pronoun videos, stuff like that. That's why I didn't touch. Things with those. Yeah, that's why I was saying if it's the same, I mean, it's different because there's different examples and different patterns. So if they have something else to go through and use,
It's basically another drill. Right. Can everybody see simple questions? This one's gonna be kind of a short one. As far as this rule. I have a blank screen. Stop share. Do it again. Should be up there now. Okay, so going over simple questions. There's not a video for this one, so I'm not gonna go through it. So just for simple question, it's for like yes and no answers. Nay is used to indicate a question. The nay is usually the second word in the sentence, so it's always in second position. It doesn't necessarily have to be the exact second word in the sentence. So if you got nay, you're probably going to have a simple question, and that's kind of the reason, even though I said it before. So in a later lesson, we'll do the complicated questions, which are like the who, what, when, where, and why. And then when you're doing that, you'll also be going over the conjunct. We're not really going over the conjuncts. That'll be for like a later class. This is kind of like for simple sentences, and we're kind of like using AI. So if it's a small sentence and a rule that we can cover associated with making a smaller sentence, that's kind of what we're going over tonight. So here's some examples. Here, I'll go ahead and say it if y'all want to say it back. Which word is the word are? Oh, that's something else. All right. Don't worry about that. Gamajine. Are you leaving? Gamajine. Are you leaving? And then here's the he or she form, just in its base form. Majine. Is he or she leaving? Majine. Is he or she leaving? And then let's see, this one's going to be the we all. Ehe. Majimene. So you see that nay is the second word. It's in the second position. It's how you ask a question. Let's see, and then you don't have to worry about the R. That's just explaining that when it gets translated back into English, it just kind of makes more sense. Are you leaving or is she leaving? Because otherwise it would basically be like you leave, she leave without the ing, but it means the same thing. So let's see examples. And then here's some more examples. Here, I'll let y'all want to go through that. Go down the line. So 1, 2, 3. Are you hungry? All right. All right, Mina Kadon, do it again. Yeah. All right. All right, so I'm gonna count down 1, 2, 3. Are you on? Hey, got some answers. Okay. All right, next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so remember with that second, like if there's 2 consonants, you only have to say 1. It like it's just an indicator as far as you know. So like for example, if did you eat, and I'm in the person with another person and I'm asking them, nobody else is in the room, they're gonna know that I'm talking to them. So and say they only hear the gi name, they're gonna know I'm talking to them. So so basically like that extra letter, they're already gonna know like what person is talking to who. That extra letter is basically like for you reading and writing. So that's why you don't have to say that second letter. So did you eat? So here's the they form. 1, 2, 3. So remember the I is the E sound. Yep, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. Migadik name. So we kind of handed it out earlier, and then which you'll get familiar with it, but like it always kind of helps to have like a little diagram until you have it memorized of like all the consonants and the vowels and like how they sound as far as the phonetics. If you have that beside you while you're trying to pronounce things, so you remember, but eventually you just kind of get it down. But let's see. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go to the next one. What's questions?
We do the complicated questions.
Here, for covering questions. Go ahead. There. All right, this is going to cover basically the who, what, when, and where. That is, I think you know who that is.
Complicated questions.
Oh, damn, I need to turn.
When asking more complicated questions, you do not need the ne as the second word,
Which is what we
as
just
you
went over.
use with basic, simple questions. When asking these complicated questions, you'll use those who, what, when, where, why, how much question words. Also, when you do these more complicated questions, the verbs are going to be in the conjunct form. Need ya, how or what. So it can mean both. Need ya, how or what. Need ya. Wek need ya, what. Wek need ya, what. When need ya, who or what. When need ya. Most of the time it's who. When need ya. Why need ya okwe. Who is that woman? But occasionally it can also indicate what, particularly when you're dealing with an animate object like a car, a dabian, or a kuk, a pail, or something else animate. It can indicate what. Nijetso, how much or how many. Nijetso. Occasionally I've heard a little bit of a dialect difference with nijetso, but nijetso, how much or how many. Nijetso. Nijapi, when. Nijapi. Nijapi. Nijaye, which. Nijaye. Now to why. Why is one of the most complicated ones to deal with, because you basically use nija, which is like how or what, or wek nija, and then you use it with wech, and if it's in the past tense, it's gauja and wowja in the future. So for example, nija wech is just kind of your present tense why, need you wetch. But you could also say wek need you wetch in that sense. That wetch indicates like a certain way or certain direction in a way. That wetch or wedja. Need you gouge, like why did, need you gouge, why did. Need you wowja, why will, need you wowja. Wek need you gouge, why did again, wek need you wetch, just why in general. If you said wek need you wowja, why will you? So it's a little bit more complicated. There's also need you we, but that's more just, a lot of times it's more just a statement like why, kind of like why, need you we. Nipija, where, nipija, where, nipija. Now for a little review on the conjunct. Maji is the verb to leave, maji. Maji yan, I leave. With these conjunct ones, all the information about who's doing it's on the back end. So maji yan. Maji yin, you leave, maji yin. Majit, he or she leaves, majit. So that T is just that he or she, majit. And it just depends who you're talking about, if it's he or she. You know, if you're talking about a woman, it's obvious that it's she. If you have like okwe, that woman, or onane, that man, then you can know if it's he or she. But majit, he or she leaves. Maji yak, we leave, but not you, maji yak. Now this one you're excluding someone from the situation, so the person you're talking to is not being included in this situation. Maji yak, we but not you. Maji ago, we all leave. Maji ago. Maji yak or maji yak, you all leave. Maji yak or maji yak. This is a little bit of a dialect difference. Sometimes you'll hear maji yak, sometimes you'll hear maji yak. So maji yak, you all leave. Maji wat, they leave. Maji wat, they leave. So again, with the conjunct, all the information is at the end of the verb. So maji yan, maji yin, majit, maji yak, maji ago, maji yak or maji yak, and maji wat. One more time, maji is the verb to leave. Maji yan, maji yin, majit, maji yak, maji ago, maji yak or maji yak, and maji wat. Nipija gajiayin, nipija gajiayin. Where did you go? Nipija gajiayin. Where did you go? That nipija, that's the where. The jia is the verb to go. The yin is you, and the ga is the past. Nipija gajiayin. Nipija gato watni dopwanan. Nipija I nagadapkagan. Where are my keys? Nipija I nagadapkagan. Nipija, where, I, that thing, na, being mine, gadapkagan, keys. Nipija I nagadapkagan. Nipija gaja set o gadodabianum. Where did you put or park your car? Because car is animate, you're now using the verb sa, the verb to put something somewhere that's animate. So nipija gaja set o gadodabianum. Nipija wawisniak. Where are you all going to eat? Nipija wawisniak. You could also add a j here and say like whereabouts.
See some of the tense markers in there. Like what we just went over to, the was and the gas and
so
we's and the
nipija waja wisniak or nipija wawisniak. Nipija gatoyen I moshwagen. Nipija gatoyen I moshwagen. Where did you put the scissors? Nipija gatoyen I moshwagen. Nijetso, how much or how many? Nijetso pongazet okwe. How old is that woman? Nijetso pongazet okwe. Pongaze is literally how many snows old somebody is, because long ago we used to judge years and how many snows you've lived through. So Nijetso pongazet okwe. Nijetso yawak. What time is it? Nijetso yawak. Another variation of this, you can use debuganak too for what time is it? You can say nijetso debuganak, what time is it? There is no literal word for time. Yawuk just means it is a certain amount. And debuganak just means it measures out to a certain amount. So what is it? What literally, how much of it is there? Nijetso yawuk, for what time is it? Or nijetso debuganak, nijetso yawuk. Nijetso nagazot o nekdosha. How much is the horse? How much does it cost? Nijetso nagazot o nekdosha. How much is the horse? Nijetso nagazot o nekdosha. Nijetso gi bemadzjuk. How many people? Nijetso gi bemadzjuk. How many people? Nijetso gi bemadzjuk. How many people? Nijetso jipdabwenen etoygo. Nijetso jipdabwenen etoygo. How many chairs do we have? Nijetso jipdabwenen etoygo. Nijetso debuganak bawamshe ewebtawat. How much time before they start? Nijetso debuganak bawamshe ewebtawat. How much time before they start? Nijetso debuganak bawamshe ewebtawat. Weknija, what? Weknija. Most of the time weknija is what, you can also use nija sometimes for what. Kind of the exception is when you're dealing with something animate, you use wenija, which I know it's usually you, but who, excuse me, but wenija can mean what when you're using an animate object. Weknija gaja webuk. Weknija gaja webuk. What happened? Weknija gaja webuk. Weknija ga wabdaman. Weknija ga wabdaman. What did you see? Weknija ga wabdaman. Weknija e. What is that? Weknija e. What is that? Weknija jinkadek. What is that called? Weknija jinkadek. What is that called? Now here's an example of an animate one. Wenija enazot o dabian. What color is that car? Wenija enazot o dabian. What color is that car? Weknija wajichkeyin wabuk. What are you going to be doing tomorrow? Weknija wajichkeyin wabuk. Weknija wajichkeyin wabuk. Weknija what? Wa the future. Jitske the verb to do something. Yin you. Wabuk tomorrow. Now underneath that we have another example of using wenija that indicates what. Wenija badak shi kukok. What's in the pot? Kuk or pot is animate, so you have to use wenija. Wenija badak shi kukok. What's in the pot? Wenija badak shi kukok. Nija piga majit ojan. Nija piga majit ojan. When did John leave? Nija piga majit ojan. Nija piwa giweyuk. Nija piwa giweyuk. When are you all going to go home? Nija piwa giweyuk. Again, nija pi being when. Nija piwa binchigayin. Nija piwa binchigayin. When are you going to clean? Nija piwa binchigayin. Binchige, the verb to clean. Yin, you. Wa, the future. Nija pi, when. Nija pi wa mikchuyin. When are you going to work? Nija pi wa mikchuyin. Nija pi wa bon mikchuit. When is he or she going to stop working? Nija pi wa bon mikchuit. Now this could be stop working or it could even be retire. That bon on the front means to stop doing something. It's a preverb. Nija pi wa bon mikchuit. When is he or she going to stop working? Nija pi wa bon mikchuit. Nija pi wa bon chmokman moyin. When are you going to stop speaking English? Nija pi wa bon chmokman moyin. Nija pi, when, wa, the future, bon, stop. Chmokman, mo is to speak English. Yin, you. Nija pi wa bon chmokman moyin. Nija pi wa bon chmokman moyin. Wenija, wenija. Most of the time wenija is who, except when you're talking about an animate object like a kettle or a pot or you're talking about a car, then it can be what as well. Wenija okwe. Wenija okwe. Who is that woman? Wenija okwe. Wenija onane. Who is that man? Wenija onane. Wenija gin. Who are you? Wenija gin. Wenija gin. Wenija gajichket. Who did that? Who is he or she that did that? Now, there's a less commonly used one where you can put an M on there instead of a T to mean like an unknown person. So Wenija gajichkem. Who did that? Wenija gajichkem. Or Wenija gajichket. Who is he or she that did that? Wenija gajichket. Wenija wajiowat iba. Who of them is going to go over there? Wenija wajiowat iba. Wenija wajiowat iba. Wenija wajiowat iba. Wenija oyawat. Who is that? Wenija oyawat. Who is that? Wenija o gadodam. What is your clan? Wenija o gadodam. Now here's an example of clan being animate. So instead of using Weknija or Nija,
Yeah, don't
we're
use
using
the
Wenija.
Wegnija for that one.
Literally,
It's
who is
animate.
it that is your
On
clan?
what?
But in English, we translate it as what is your clan? Wenija o gadodam. Nija ejnakazian. What is your name? Or how are you called? Nija ejnakazian. Nijana. How are you? Nijana. Nija eshchigewat. What are they doing? Nija eshchigewat. Nija wajawebuk iba. What's going to happen over there? Nija wajawebuk iba. What's going to happen over there? Nija wajawebuk iba. Nija gaujatoyin ikoman. How did you make that knife? Nija gaujatoyin ikoman. How did you make that knife?
There it is.
Nija gaujatoyin ikoman. Nija ye, which? Nija ye, which? Nija ye biskowagen waja biskaman. Which shirt are you going to wear? Nija ye biskowagen waja biskaman. Which shirt are you going to wear? It can also be jacket or shirt. Biskowagen. Nija ye dabianga gishpanenat okwe. Nija ye dabianga gishpanenat okwe. Which car did she buy, that woman? Now remember, dabian is animate, so you use gishpanena as the verb to buy something animate. So which one did she buy of? So she bought him or her. So which one did she buy? Nija ye dabianga gishpanenat okwe. Nija ye nedwindamwat. Which do they want? Nija ye nedwindamwat. Okay, and here we come to why. So it can be nija wech, wek nija wech, and then it can also have variations when you're using the past tense, where it's like gauja or wowja. So this first one, nija gauja majit okwe. Why did that woman leave? Nija gauja majit okwe.
So remember the
Why did
G,
that woman
G in
leave?
past tense,
So you could have also
W
said wek
future.
nija
So Gaja,
gauja
Waja,
majit okwe.
we,
Why did that woman leave?
Gi.
Nija wech bawa bidgayin. Why didn't you come in? Nija wech bawa bidgayin. Bidgay is the verb to come in. Yin, you. Bawa makes it a negative statement. That wech is that indication of why. Nija wech bawa bidgayin. Wek nija wech giweyuk. Why are you all going home? Wek nija wech giweyuk. Why are you all going home? Wek nija wech giweyuk. Why are you all going home? Nija gauja jawebuk. Why did it happen? Nija gauja jawebuk. Why did it happen? Nija gauja jawebuk. Why did it happen? So in this sense, it's in the past, so it's gauja. If it was in the future, it'd be wowja. So nija gauja jawebuk. Why did it happen? Or if it was why was it going to happen? Nija wowja webuk. So kind of to wrap it all up there with complicated questions, most of them are pretty similar. I mean, most of them kind of hang towards the normal, like wek nija being what, nija being what or how, when nija most of the time being who, nija ye, which, nijetso, how much, how many, nija p, when, nipija, where, Just occasionally, you know, like the Y is a little bit complicated. Need you wetch or need you gouge ya, or weck need you wet.
Okay. No, we're kind of running over right now. So like what we went over as far as questions, we got this worksheet right here. Which y'all can feel free to look up the answers. It was just on the video. What do y'all think those questions, you don't have to do the other words, you can just do the question part and, what they mean. And I don't know if anybody wants to stay over a little bit later. I think I got a little too ambitious with what we tried to cover today. But it is the day before the last class or whatever, so I wanted to try and get as much as I could in as far as like usage and simple sentences, and just kind of remember this is a beginner class. So what we're trying to do, wherever, as far as like get to where like you can think about breaking it down on your own. And like as far as like the structure or trying to build it on your own. But as far as like learning how to do that, that's going to be more for like an intermediate class when you're getting drilled more on that. It's kind of was a beginner, but I kind of wanted to get some usage, because as far as like either or on a beginner class is like, oh, I only learned words, but I didn't know how to learn. I didn't know how to use them. That's kind of what a beginner class is bulking on vocabulary and stuff like that. Because doing a lot of these rules, a lot of people, that's what I hear a lot of the time as far as structure and grammar. It's like going through those drills. It's like gets kind of monotonous if they're not ready. So if you already have like some words to use, it makes that easier to be able to plug that in. So like that'll be kind of like for the next class that we kind of go over as far as intermediate. But if you want to try and think what's going on with my voice, if y'all want to try and answer those, or if y'all got to head out, I understand. But yeah, all those handouts are for y'all, and basically the categories that we tried to organize them in was tenses, questions, negative, and then command and prohibitive. So all those, if you can kind of pull sentences like as far as like each situation, as far as like the structure and the rules from those handouts, then you'll kind of be able to start using it a little bit. So this one breaks it down a little bit more simpler on this one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Zoom folks. Not to Gowan, asking questions, learning questions, that one kind of breaks it down a little bit more simple. Has a visuals on that. Want to kind of use that.
Oh, okay, now with that.
Yes. Oh, we had a fun to keep your night, that's why I was like, oh, man.
Anytime. Oh, no.
No. Gone over everything. Not broken grammar, but everything else.
But it makes a fun little.
You're on. Yeah.
I'm always.
Or maybe. Got that holiday break room. So we get something together. Yeah. He did, but Mike. We got 3 more. I know. I have a girl in the morning and I've got an eye treatment. I guess you're my motivation. That's all I'm saying. I think you have to offer and I've seen you. Well, I was like, first thing, and what you have. Thank you for welcoming back.
more in my house. I don't know if you got any stuff up, or you know, right now, I got the.
Hey, you good, man? You gotta go wherever else. Walk up. I know you feeling good, man.
That little girl. Okay, good, good, good. Good. That's not- oh,
Make it to the last cup because of.
See you, Carl.
You feeling better, man? Thank you, coming. It's gonna be not even something like all the. Oh, it'll be. Sure.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
I think done.
right, it's basically Ron's open hours.
Okay, so whoever wants to come in, kind of like individual tutoring, stuff like that. That's cool.
But. I know Caucasians are giving up, like their last class for the fall was last week. And then, so they'll be having more classes. Go there. So probably in November, they might wait until after their holiday.
Yeah.
So.
And that might be what everybody is doing. The holidays.
Whatever.
I don't have that. We've been doing it this whole life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, pretty much. And then. Sometimes you guys do that. Yeah.
I did, something.
Yeah, they had I will say like, yeah.
So then over,
Like. I will get it down there. You know, Sherry's and yeah, like that. Very simple. It's straight. And we go up to the good life. We're now like. Your sandstones all over the